let's stand and offer the Namaste greeting to one another. Namaste. Namaste to our beautiful Kirtan group. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste to our birds. Namaste to our tech team in the back, Brian and Gina. Namaste to our Zoomers. Grand Rising. Namaste. Yes. And as you take your seat, please also take a moment to silence your cell phones or whatever devices you have that make noise. You never know what people bring with them. All right. Well, Grand Rising, beloveds. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I'm the spiritual leader here. It's my joy to welcome you to the Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. Yep, that's it. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. Yes. We have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Divine intelligence lives in me.
Divine intelligence lives in me.
And guides me in each new day.
And guides me in each new day.
I am tuned in.
I am tuned in.
Connected. And directed by Source.
And directed by Source.
All is well.
All is well.
Life is good.
Life is good.
I love my life.
I love my life.
And so it is.
So it is.
All right. And now Delon Richenberg is going to offer our Science of Mind reading this morning and our opening prayer. Thank you, Delon. He's a licensed practitioner and also a ministerial student.
Thank you. Good morning. It's good to be here. Grand Rising. If there is anything that anyone would like prayer for, affirmative prayer, we have several ways to offer that. You can, Zoomers and anyone else at any time during the week, you can email us at info@awakeningways.org, type prayer request in the subject line, and give us your prayer. You can also fill out one of the forms over here on the table and put it in the prayer box. If you would like a deeper dive into anything, we offer spiritual counseling, so get with one of us. We have cards on the table back here also. And finally, if anyone would like prayer like today, like this morning, right after the service, I'll be in the lobby and you can come see me. And I'd be happy to do that for you. So with that, why don't we get comfortable in your seat and just go ahead and close your eyes if you'd like. And let's just receive these words from Ernest Holmes. People often say, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to choose. We must realize that there is an intelligence within us that does know. And this guidance, this intelligence, is just as true in India as it is in America or Africa. It was just as true 10,000 years ago as it will be in another 10,000 years. This truth that we're sitting in right now this morning has always been here and will always be here. Our only work is to open and awaken to it. So we enter this service this morning knowing that the perfect good is offered to us, and we just accept it. We accept the music with open hearts and open minds. We accept the talk, Reverend Elizabeth's beautiful words. We accept each other, our smiles, our hugs, just our loving energy. And so I give thanks for that. I give thanks for this morning as it unfolds perfectly for each and every one of us. And so I let that be, and so it is.
Before you get started, I would like to now share a little bit about your bio. I got it here. So once again, friends, this is Heartbloom Kirtan, and as the name implies, Heartbloom aims to open hearts and bring participants to a high state of joy through devotional singing. Heartbloom currently consists of Robin Haston on harmonium and vocals, Doreen Garvin on guitar and vocals, and Jerry Marr on tablas. Let's give them some love. Thank you. Namaste. Hello, hello. Grand rising, grand rising. It's a brand new baby day. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and for those of you just tuning in or who have just come in the last few minutes, I'm the spiritual leader of this community. I use she, her gender pronouns, and the land upon which we gather here today is the unceded territory of the Chumash and Salainan people. Now let's take a deep breath together. Let's take another deep breath together. And one more. So in this moment, I have to say that I am absolutely grateful for this day. I'm grateful for this pavilion on the lake that is so amazing that we get to meet in. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. You all got up this morning and came in here. Something called you. We'll call it spirit. And it had you come in here today on this beautiful day. I'm grateful for these birds that are keeping us on our toes. I mean, it's just, there's a sweetness in the room, an unmistakable sweetness. And it's this combination of the beautiful heart bloom music and singing and the devotional songs of love. And it's a combination of you all and the birds. It's like the perfect setting for experiencing a divine, holy moment. Yes? So I invite you to take a moment of gratitude and consider for yourself, what is it that you are grateful for in this moment? In the here and now, what do you appreciate about this moment? And feel and sense that gratitude in your body as it washes over you. Now, I honor my ancestors. I honor these birds here. I honor this land upon which we are gathering. I honor each and every one of you. Every person also who had any part of making this service possible today, thank you. Thank you. There's a lot that happens before and a lot that happens even the morning of and set up and all the preparation, and I'm so grateful. Thank you. And I invite you to also look around the room. Just look at each other. Check out who's here swimming with you in this ocean of devotion this morning. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I saw a really great post this week on social media. Someone had posted a picture of a large empty room. Just totally empty, nothing on the walls, no furniture, absolutely nothing in the room. And then the caption, did you see it, Kristen? I see you grinning. The caption, the birds you're grinning at. The caption said, "To the person who worries what others may think or say about you, here's a room filled with all of the people who pay your bills, walk in your shoes every day, determine your future, and love your family way more than you possibly could. These are the same people you should allow to discourage you." Let that sink in. I loved that. Yeah, right? And so we have moved out of that room and into a room where we get to feel the love and and experience the inspiration and music and a joyful launch into the coming week. Yes? Yes, so here we are. Now, the theme for the month has been, that's how we've never done it. And the topic for today is, tell me something good. How many of you heard that song? Yes, tell me something good. Right, that's going to be ringing through your mind all week long. And it's all about listening to that divine intelligence, you know? It's all about listening and paying attention to the wisdom that is within us, that is always guiding us, because it's always speaking to us. Sometimes we don't want to hear what it has to say, but it's always speaking to us. Sometimes we don't want to hear what it has to say because it means we'll have to make some changes in our lives, and we're so comfortable where we are that maybe we don't want to make those changes. But this divine wisdom will not stop, okay? It'll keep coming back, and it'll keep nudging you, tapping you from the inside, like saying, come over here, make this phone call, try this, try that, whatever it is. It's always happening. And so sometimes we're confronted by situations where we think we have to figure things out. Remember my favorite Rubik's Cube analogy? I'm going to figure this out. That sense of, I got to figure it out. But it is really not working. We tend to create more frustration in our minds, and the result of that, of course, shows up in our bodies, right? Maybe we get sick, and the only way that we're going to get the solution to this is to remember that there is this deeper intelligence within us that is offering us our perfect answer, and it exists right here at the center of our being. So what I like to say is, I don't know, but something in me knows. And that something is the capital S, which is also spirit. I don't know the answer right now, but I know that the divine intelligence that lives within me knows. I don't know how this is going to work, but the divine intelligence within me knows. Just like within the seed, right? In a seed, there is the divine intelligence for it to grow into the plant. Or within the acorn, there is the divine intelligence already exists in the acorn to become a giant oak tree. It already exists. The acorn doesn't need to know how it's going to work. It needs to trust and surrender to that divine intelligence and allow it to do its thing. Imagine an acorn trying to figure out how it's going to become an oak. The acorn, doing the Rubik's Cube. That's funny, right? It doesn't have to do that. And so the call for us this week is to remember this and to recognize that this is the way that it is, and to step back and let Spirit do its thing, and to know that we don't have to act until we receive the divine intelligence. Now, sometimes we think we got to go, we got to do it now. And if somebody asks a question, this happens oftentimes for me. I'll get a question asked, and I don't know, and somebody will want the answer right away, and it's like, it's not there. I could just say something off the top of my head, but what I would rather do is to go into prayer and meditation and sit in prayerful consideration and allow the divine intelligence to inform me of what my next steps are. Yes, I see a lot of heads nodding, so it's so powerful and so beautiful. And Ernest Holmes reminds us that divine guidance is ours for the asking. The answer to any problem which can ever confront us already exists in the center of our being. I'm going to say that again. The answer to every problem that confronts us already exists at the center of our being. And so our calling, our charge, if you will, is to get into prayerful pose, get into our meditation, and allow the divine circuits to guide us, get our bloated nothingness out of the way, turn off our intellect for a moment and see what the divine presence is trying to inform us of, because sometimes we get too busy, don't we? And we're busy doing this and doing that and thinking about this and the next thing and planning. We got a lot of planning going on. And then there's so much going on in your mentality, right? You have so much mental activity occurring that you don't have the time to drop into the thing itself, the presence of love that is already here right where you are. And we all want that, don't we? So this week is all about releasing our need to figure it out and inviting our inner guidance to lead us into new territory. New territory, right? It's a brand new baby day. There's no reference point. There's no reference point to this day. I love thinking about it that way because it's a great mindset. That means that I don't have to simply repeat what happened yesterday. I can even think some new thoughts. What? what? I can think some new thoughts and read something new. And even if I behaved in a certain way yesterday, that's not who I am today. Principle is not bound by precedent. I can be brand new in every moment. And the invitation is for you to also allow me to be brand new in every moment. And for you to allow your loved ones to be brand new in every moment, like you've never met them before. Oh, hi, Reverend Diane. Oh, it's so good to meet you. Have that feeling and that sense of joy and wonder and love. Didn't that just feel good? Like I see you brand new on this beautiful day. If we can do that with each other and with our days, our lives will be so free and we will be open and available to experience so much love, expansive joy, and all the good that we seek. Are you with me? Yeah, sign me up, right? So, friends, there's no reference point for this day unless you default to yesterday. You don't have to, though. You and I, all of us, are trailblazers. We're trailblazers, every one of us, in our own individual lives. We are creating the trail, in other words, you know? Have you ever been hiking? Anybody hiking? You go out on the trail? You were just hiking yesterday. I saw it on Facebook. Me too. You know, you go out and hike and there's a trail. Well, we're trailblazers in our own lives. The trail, there may be a trail, like the trail that our parents taught us or that society thinks that we should go down. But look, we're creating our own trail. We get to create our own path that is safe. We're not going to go off into the wild trees, right? Unless we want to and we have the proper gear, but we're creating our own trail. Now, as trailblazers, we are blazing the way in our lives, co-creating with the divine in every single step. Therefore, there is nothing for us to fear because we always have the divine with us. Remember, the divine is with us. It goes before us, behind us, beside us, below us, above us, all around us, within us. It's everywhere. And everything that is occurring in our lives is a co-creation with the divine. It makes you go, wow, it's a brand new baby day. What will I create for this day? What do I get to create? What do I want to experience today? I think I want to experience more joy. I think I want to experience more connection. I think I want to experience nature. Whoever prayed for this, we've got them here. The birds are in the room. I think I'll have, it's like a menu, you know? You go to a restaurant, there's a menu, and you decide what it is you want. This is what we're called to do for our day. What is it that I want to experience today? And it can be different. Maybe I want to experience rest. I got to tell you, rest is a big thing for me. It's been coming up for the past couple of weeks. I'll see a book that is titled Rest. And it turns out there's this whole ministry of rest. It's a thing, you know, and there's books about it now, and it's so powerful. And the point is that we actually will accomplish more when we have the proper amount of rest, right? And so we've got to let go of this hustle mentality. You know, and in January we had our book, The 4 Pivots, and one of the pivots is moving from hustle to flow. Like the grind culture is over. The grind culture is so 5 years ago, maybe, up until now anyway, right? We had the grind culture, it worked for some of us, and now here we are. We're moving into rest culture, moving from hustle to flow, going with the flow of life and not trying to figure things out, make things happen. We don't have to make things happen. Things are already happening. Have you noticed? Like everything is happening, sometimes all at once. At least in my life. A lot of things are happening right here in the now, and I don't need to figure things out or determine how it's going to get done. I know that Spirit is doing the work. And you know, people often say to me, Reverend Elizabeth, I don't know how you do this. I've got a full-time day job, part-time ministry job, which is not really a thing. You know, there's no such thing as part-time ministry. You're all in, right? You can't help but just be all in. And then, and my husband, and we have a life, and now we have our little Roxy, the Yorkie, who's such a great, she's our little love. And so I have no idea where I was going with this. Where was I going with this, Travis? Hustle and flow. I still don't know. Rest. Time to rest, right? Oh, people say, Reverend Elizabeth, I don't know how you do this. A class here, a class there, a board meeting, soul support team meeting, Sunday services, another class, gourmets for God, et cetera, meetings, right? Fun. And I say, I am not the one. Like, it is spirit within me that is doing this work. It's got to be spirit, because if I were to sit down and really think about it, I would be like, I can't do it. Not going to happen. So spirit is doing this work. Spirit is doing it. And so spirit is also blazing the trail through me in my own life. And now this still small voice within me is whispering constantly to me. It's whispering constantly to you, the still small voice within you, not my still small voice. Your still small voice is whispering to you in your own voice. Unless some of you have like Morgan Freeman talking to you. It could be. It's a powerful voice, right? It's the voice of spirit that is speaking to you. So we are these amazing divine humans, spiritual superheroes, miracle manifestors, or divine darlings. I think of myself as a sweetheart of spirit, and we are each a vehicle of the thing itself to experience and express itself as us, through us. Spirit wants to do some fun things and wonderful things through each one of us. Are we going to let it, or are we going to resist it and tell it we've got to know the how before we'll take that step? We're going to let it. We're going to let it do what it will do. Now, I may not know the answer, but something within me does. It's so interesting at times. I'll ask a coaching client a question, and they'll respond with, I don't know. And then I'll ask them, well, what would it be like if you did know? And that baffles people, because I don't know is actually a response of our ego, a response of our intellectual self, and that response is often riddled with fear. You have all the answers within you already. Everything you need to know already exists within you. You just need to connect to your highest self, which is spirit, the self within all selves, and listen. Listen to the divine wisdom that it is giving to you every moment. Sometimes we don't want to know the answer, right? Because it means we will need to change, and that could be uncomfortable. But that's not our truth, not for you, not today, because we are evolved, right? So we have evolved, and we are listening to our guidance and heeding the guidance of spirit. In other words, taking action on what it's speaking to us. So I may not know the answer, but something within me does. I am listening for the guidance, the inner guidance that I seek. If I do not hear that guidance, I do not need to act. Ooh, there's a good one, yes? I don't need to act if I'm not hearing the guidance. If it's speaking to me and I can't hear it for one reason or another, like I don't want to hear it or I refuse to hear it, I know it will continue to speak to me in creative ways until I get it. Some call this a spiritual 2x4. Hi. Hi. It's so great to see you. I was just creating her brand new in the moment. Yes. All right. Anybody ever had a spiritual 2x4 hit them? Whoops. It's like, it kept talking to me and I just didn't want to do it. What does a spiritual 2x4 look like? Well, like Shiva the Destroyer comes into your life and just turns it all upside down, and you're kind of like, what just happened here? What just happened? I was cruising along, everything was cool, and well, we weren't listening to our inner guidance. So, up until now. Now I want to talk a little bit about God shots. Have you heard of those God shots? God winks. God winks. How many of you have heard of God winks? No? Oh my goodness. Well, God winks. Oh, is it? Oh, it's a Hallmark series, she said. Come on now. It's a Hallmark series. God winks. So the inner information we seek will reveal itself through the still small voice that is our own voice and can also be delivered in seemingly random, seemingly coincidences. But I'm here to tell you, friends, there are no coincidences. They are God winks. Like these two birds in here, they're in here for a reason. Okay? There are no accidents. There are no coinky-dinks. There are God winks, God shots. And these are the Spirit, the universe, the divine communicating with us. Now, some people would say, oh, it was a serendipity. But serendipity is unexpected good luck. We're not talking about unexpected good luck. God winks are not just good luck. There is nothing lucky about a God wink. They are your higher self. God winks are spirit, your higher self trying to communicate with you, trying to get you to notice it. It's trying to get your attention. And it will continue to speak to you in a way that you and only you will understand it until it gets your attention. Some examples of God winks. A book falls open to the right and perfect passage or the right and perfect quote that you needed to hear. Has anyone ever experienced that? A song comes on the radio guiding you to your next step. Anyone ever heard that type of a God wink? A friend calls you with leading information. It's the voice of God itself. Has that ever happened to anyone? Yeah. Those are God winks. Now, sometimes the God winks darn near shout. Say, for instance, you were considering moving to Florida. So you asked your higher self for a sign, whether to move to Florida or not. And one day you find yourself stopped in traffic and you look right next to you, there's a giant bus. And you know how buses have ads that has a giant banner ad that says, "Move to Florida." That's not a coinky-dink. It's not serendipity. It's the universe trying to get your attention. Spirit is calling you. Do you laugh it off or do you take it as a God wink? Take it as a God wink, my friends. The one mind actually arranges these signs for you, these messages for you, creating space where your unconscious and conscious intuition and intellect are communicating with each other via seemingly outer occurrences. But really, we're creating these occurrences to remind ourselves, because if we want to get right down to it, there is no you and there is no me. There's just one thing happening right here, right now. And what I see over there is really a reflection of what's in here. Whoa, dude. Yeah. I am you, you are me, one big happy family. Oh, I should be a songwriter. Just kidding. So I want to share with you a personal story of mine of the brilliant outcome, if I do say so myself, of trusting divine intelligence. And so this story may sound familiar to some of you and may be brand new for many of you. So I want to begin with sharing. Did they just leave? No. Oh, are you close? They're getting closer. Oh, little brave ones. Years ago, I was working very, very hard to make ends meet. Very hard. I had just started a new ministry in Benicia, and it was a smaller community, and we were raising funds, and there was a lot of work going on because, as I mentioned, there's no such thing as part-time ministry. You're all in, right? It's just a covenant with the divine. And so at the same time, I wasn't getting paid a livable wage. And so I had like 6 other jobs to try to make these ends meet. I was a contractor. I did IT work for a lot of different spiritual communities. I actually assisted with like church database and membership management and helped the different centers configure. You know, my IT mind was beneficial at that time and still is. But I was getting tired. I was becoming like a hamster on a wheel, just just constantly going, trying to make the ends meet, working these different little jobs all over the place. And I was starting to burn out. And my parents invited me on a trip to Hawaii, and I took this trip. And then suddenly, I received an email from someone in leadership at this spiritual community that I was, it was like my largest gig at the time, and I was doing great work for them. And I received this email, and it was like a scathing email, and it was from a tough person who was really not liked by a lot of people. And I learned why that was in that moment. But I got this email, and I read it, and everything in me was like, no, that's totally unacceptable. I'm totally over it. Like, I'm done. It was the straw that broke the camel's back, which was a God wink, right? Because it was just this little thing that was kind of meaningless in retrospect, but in that moment, it was the spiritual 2x4 that I needed that had me go, I will not do this anymore. I'm done. And it wasn't just, I will not do this particular thing anymore. It was like, Shiva, done. This is it. All of it's got to stop right now. This is not happening anymore. We're going brand new. I've been trying to get your attention for all this time, and now here it is. Okay, all right, cool. In that moment, I knew I needed this change, a bold change. I didn't know what. I didn't know how, but I trusted that something in me knew. There was a divine intelligence within me that knew what to do. And being on vacation in Hawaii was a great place to get present to the voice within, yes? And so it was such a beautiful thing because a day or two later, my mom said, hey, your dad and I talked about it, and we, they were living in Grover Beach. They had retired there, and we have 2 rooms, and we have this guest bedroom, and we think you should come and stay with us, and you can just like reset your life. And it was like, what? Yes, okay, all right. And so there it was. Beautiful. A God wink, yes? Now that was in September of 2015. So Spirit had me then reach out to my now husband, Travis, and Spirit was like, you're going to just reach out to Travis and say goodbye because, you really cared for him back in the day. We had a relationship like 10 years before then, or we just had this great connection and decided that we would go our separate ways because he had some priorities in his life at the time, and I was going into ministerial school. I was on the practitioner track, and we were just going in 2 different directions, And so I reached out to him and was going to say goodbye, but Spirit had another plan. There were sparks. We met for lunch, and it was like fireworks going off, and I had no idea. I'm thinking, what is going on here? And so it was so beautiful and such a great reminder that new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings, aren't they? Remember just a few weeks before, it was like, I got to get out of here. Everything's, this is bad. Well, Spirit had that other plan, and the connection was there, but the timing didn't seem quite right. I was about to move, and I didn't think that anything could get started. So I moved, and then we ended up having a long-term relationship for about 7 months. He came over and visited several times, and it was a beautiful thing. I had 6 months of rest and rejuvenation, and I did a lot of walking on the beach and a lot of prayer and meditation. And I was like, wow, this is amazing, Like I couldn't have planned this. And so I remember in May of 2016, he let me know, it was on Cinco de Mayo, very special day. He let me know that he was going to move over here and we would start building our life together. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. Right? So he moved here in August of 2016, and it was like, all from that little moment in Hawaii, you know? I had no idea that all of this was unfolding. Spirit was just nudging me, time to get out of this thing and go over here and be present for something else. Like my mentality was too fogged up with what was happening at the time, with the busyness, you know? And I had no idea that it was going to be such a magnificent, amazing move. Now, fast forward a little bit to February of 2018 when I went to the Spiritual Living Convention, which is the CSL convention in Denver. Remember that, honey? I went to the Spiritual Living Convention in Denver in 2018, and I came back fired up. I was like filled with inspiration and joy, and something wonderful was happening. And at that convention, there were at least 3 instances where people were inviting me to go check out the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. And that's where I met Reverend Diane the first time, too. Yay! The Spirit is so good, you know? And so somebody said, hey, you need to go and check out the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living in Templeton. And my initial thought was, yeah, it's too far. It's too far. It's like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Got to go over the grade, right? Because we were living in San Luis Obispo. And then another person, just a random person at the conference said, oh, have you checked out the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living? And I thought, oh, boy. No, but I should. It's also thinking, yeah, it's really far. I'm not going to go. And then I find myself at the airport. It's time to come home, and suddenly our gate number flight disappears from the screen. And so I think, oh, I wonder if it moved. You know, I'm in LA or I'm in wherever I'm at on my connecting flight, and I'm waiting, and it disappears. And so there's a woman. Had gone to the bathroom or something, and there's a woman charging up her phone at the little bank of chargers, and I approached this woman and I said, oh, excuse me, do you know if the flight to San Luis Obispo is still leaving from this gate? And she said, oh yeah, it is. And I said, oh good, I thought since it disappeared, you know, sometimes they change gates and you're waiting there and then you have to run. And so anyway, we started talking, and I was asking, you know, what are you going to be doing in San Luis Obispo? And she said, oh, I'm actually going to Paso Robles. I've got a friend there. And so that was really cool. And I thought, what are you going to do in Paso Robles, or what are you going to do while you're there? So I asked her that, and she said, well, you know, tomorrow night we're going to watch this movie, and it's called Heal. And a few minutes before that, I had seen an advertisement in my Facebook feed for this movie, which was going to be showing at, guess where? Guess! I'll give you 2 guesses. The Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living in Templeton. Whew. Okay. I'm like, I'm awake and aware, Spirit. I've got this. I'm going to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living service, and I'm going this weekend. I think it was Saturday or Friday when we were coming home. And I'll be there Sunday, okay? Fair enough. I don't need any more signs. I got the message, you know, I got it. I got this. And so I went. First I contacted the ministers at the time, Ms. Reverend Levon and Dawn, and I talked to Reverend Levon, and she said, oh, well, you know, contact Dawn and see if you can, you know, do the opening prayer maybe that Sunday. And so anyway, it worked out. I did the opening prayer, and I said, hey, if you ever need someone to speak, I'm happy to be a guest speaker. And they said, what are you doing next Sunday? I'm like, what? Gina was there that day. What? I guess I'm speaking here. So amazing. And so fast forward a little bit more, they said, we want to recommend you to be the spiritual leader here because we are going to San Bernardino. And I said, okay, talk to my husband, let's do this. And so all of that happened. We were building. It was really good. We had such a great time in that community. And then, so that's 2018, right? 2019, 2020. In 2020, I got ordained. And then we were meeting online all of this time through COVID. And then suddenly it was time to start to go back in person. Remember that? And a lot of us were like, nope, I'm staying home for a little while longer, yes. And so it was time to go back. And for us in the community, we were so stoked because we were able to have all of these amazing musicians from all over the place, the East Coast, and because they could just do the live stream, right? They didn't have to travel, and we didn't need to pay for hotels and whatnot. And so it felt like we were going to have to actually devolve going back in person, and to have a lesser amount than we already had in the community was smaller. And so there was divine discontent, suffice it to say, within me. You guys know about that, where it's like, yeah, no, just like that dissonance within you, right? And then I got a phone call. And it was Shannon McGee. And Shannon said, Reverend Elizabeth, I just heard that the ministers at Awakening Ways are retiring. And then we talked a little more, and that really touched something within me. And so I went to look on Facebook, and I was like, oh, let's see if there's anything out there. And there was a Facebook post that it turns out wasn't supposed to be there. And the Facebook post, Kristen posted it, and it said, but hey, thank you, Kristen, because if not for that post, I wouldn't be here. It was a total God wink, right? The post said, we're looking for a minister, contact Susan Jones. Now, it turned out that there was a whole other process happening where everyone, they sent out emails to like a lot of the different independent New Thought centers, and the contact person was Jan Lynch. But this contact person was Susan Jones, so I reached out to Susan Jones. Spirit was like, just do it. Just follow your nose. It always knows, right? And so I reached out to Susan, and we went back and forth over email. Next thing I know, I'm candidating. I come back to our board at Central Coast CSL. I'm like, this is happening. I'm going to candidate, which is like interviewing for the position. And the board said, well, if you get the job, we're coming with you. I'm like, what? I'm crying, and all of this to say, like, wow, this is all happening as a result of one small choice, right? Being done with everything. It's kind of a big choice, but anyway, it was so beautiful. And the point of all that is that I couldn't have planned that on my own. Like, we're so busy making plans. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to experience in our lives. But what would it be like if you were to just let go and be present to the divine and spend more time in meditation, spend more time in prayer, spend more time in nature, spend more time singing devotional songs that get you out of your head, or chanting that allow you to be fully present and available to the thing itself. Now, we all do this, we get in our heads about things. Sometimes we're called to take that step, and what happens for us is we get scared, or we think, oh, who am I to do this or that? Who am I to be this or that? But the call and the question for you to consider is, who are you not to? Who are you not to be and do all that you came here to be and do? So the wisdom from my story, my friends, is to listen to your inner guidance. If you can't hear it, spend the time daily in silence, even if it's 5 minutes, 5 sacred minutes. Release the negative Nellies in your life. Have a mentor and be a mentor. Don't be afraid to be who you are. And if who you are is not welcome where you are, don't shrink. Don't play small to fit in, because you were born to stand out. Embrace that about yourself. You don't need to be like others. In fact, refuse to dim your light in order to conform to others. No, do what makes you come alive, what makes you shine, what lights you up inside. Be your bright, brilliant, radiant self. And if you don't know what that is yet, keep coming back here because it will be revealed to you. It will be. It will be. You are the unique, unrepeatable, individual expression of the divine that has birthed itself into existence as you. Nobody else can do you. Only you can. So don't compare yourself with others. Instead of asking yourself, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Ask yourself, who am I not to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to shine their lights too. You are beautiful. You are radiant beings of light and love. So I want to share also, I don't know if I shared about the movie Dune last time I spoke, but my husband and I recently watched the movie Dune Part 2, which is based on the 1965 epic science fiction novel by Frank Herbert. Anyone else see the movie? Any Dune fans? A few of you, okay. So in both the novel and the film, there is an ancient order of women called the Bene Gesserit, and they are a sisterhood of superhumans. How cool is that? They are intensely trained in special schools, and they have developed incredible mental powers. They're often referred to as witches by those who distrust or are wary of them and their power. Now, these individuals have achieved mastery of their physical, mental, and emotional. They have control over all of those in their own beings. And there's something called a Reverend Mother, who is an experienced Bene Gesserit, who has greater authority and has survived this ritual involving drinking from the water of life, okay? That might be a little bit too much info, but the Bene Gesserit administer a test, and it's called the Gom Jabbar test, where the person being tested puts their hand into a scary box and is made to feel unimaginable pain. And while their hand is in the box, the Bene Gesserit will hold what's called the Gom Jabbar right next to their neck, which is a poisoned needle. Now, this is all to, give them some incentive to pass the test, right? They're going to face their fear or die, basically, which is their fear anyway, right? Like, how does that work? So, anywho, the main character in Dune is about to take a Gom Jabbar test, and his mother is a Bene Gesserit, and she is afraid for him. She thinks, oh my goodness, he is not going to pass this test. It's her son. She knows how he acts and behaves at home, and she's like, he's not going to pass this test, and he's going to get killed by the poison needle, the Gom Jabbar. And so she's gripped with fear in the movie, and she recognizes that her mind is playing a trick on her, which is the fear. The mind plays a trick on her, right? And so to address and overcome the fear that she is feeling, she repeats what they call the litany of fear. And this was my favorite part of the movie. And it was also in Dune Part 1, and it came up in Dune Part 2 as well. It's so science of mind, and it's so powerful, and you may want to adopt this for yourself. She says to herself, I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I remain. So repeat after me. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. That feel good? Yeah, no fear. Now, I must add in the disclaimer, of course. Yes, sometimes there is fear that we need to listen to. Right?
Faced by a tiger.
Exactly. If you're faced by a tiger, thank you for the example, and you have fear, I mean, it's also good to ground and center yourself because within you, you know what to do when faced by a tiger. Intuitively, instinctively, you know what to do. Mentally, you probably don't know, right? But you're going to listen to the fear, but you're not going to totally listen and act on the fear. You're going to listen to the inner guidance anyway, yes? Because it is your inner guidance that is going to tell you, unless you read the survival book. Remember those? How to survive everything. Yeah. So the new practice for you to take with you this week is when faced with the need to make a decision, stop and breathe. Deep in breath and full out breath 3 times. Center yourself. You may choose to use that doom litany of fear or come up with your own and affirm to yourself there is only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. While I don't know what the answer is at this moment, there is something within me that knows. I allow Spirit to guide me. I will not act until I have divine guidance. And then thanks, Spirit. Thank you, sweet Spirit, for guiding me always, in all ways. And then wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. You got to be patient sometimes. You know? Got to be patient. So I'm going to now invite the musicians to come up and prepare for our closing song as we wrap it up here. So in conclusion, my friends, you may not know the answer, but something in you knows. And the call is for us to trust the divine intelligence within. There are no coincidences, no coinkydinks. Everything is happening for your highest and greatest good, and the universe is trying to get your attention. The universe is trying to get our attention always, always. And the call to action for us this week is to look for the God winks. Practice the litany of fear to release it and notice how it opens you up. The universe is trying to get your attention. Number 3 is spend time in the silence. And you can ask yourself a few questions and journal about these. Number 1, what are some God winks I have experienced in my life? Number 2, ask your divine intelligence to tell me something good. And number 3, think about if you've ever had a prayer or wish or hope or intention that was fulfilled in a totally unexpected yet satisfying way. Let's take a deep breath together. And as we move into prayer pose, we allow ourselves to come back to the very center of our being. And listen to that guitar music and allow it to take us on a journey inward. And it is a journey into this place where I remember with every fiber of my being that Spirit is all that there is. And I know that I am connected to the same divine intelligence that created the cosmos, to the same divine intelligence that causes the earth to spin and be hurtling through space right now while we remain here on it. We're not flying off into space. It's a miracle. This is divine intelligence that has us be here right now. Divine intelligence has breathed us into existence, and here we are. Wow. Wow. We're here right now in this room, and we're here together. That is so amazing. That itself is a miracle, that out of all of the billions of people in the world, we find ourselves together here on this day. Something mighty and miraculous is happening here. It's like a vortex of love and joy and beauty has been created this morning. There is a vortex which is created like a portal. There's this energetic spinning that is allowing us to jump into this space of love. And I'm talking about quantumly, we can leap out of this intellect and mentality of thinking and figuring things out and jump into this portal of goodness. We jump into this portal of love, and we allow it to keep spinning. And so now we are also spinning with this magnificent and mighty force of good, in the same way that this planet is spinning, and all of the planets are spinning in the solar system and rotating around the sun, and the way that the sun and the planets are also rotating in the multiverse. There's all sorts of other solar systems out there. Yet here we are. This divine intelligence that lives within us is causing all of this to happen. And so, yes, I know the answer. I may not know in my intellect right now, but something within me does. And I trust this divine intelligence to guide me always. And I know that as I speak this word for myself, I know I'm speaking it for each individual here and on Zoom and everywhere. We are connected and directed by Source. I know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, because this divine intelligence lives within me. And so knowing that this is so, I can release any and all doubt. I release any and all fear. I release any and all worry or confusion. None of it exists. It is dissolved back into the native nothingness from whence it came, and I stand in pure love. Love, love, love. I remember that I am the sweetheart of the universe, and this is true for each one of us. And I invite us all to say that silently in our minds. I am the sweetheart of the universe. Oh, it is good. And Spirit is constantly showing us how loved we are. Every day, in every way, we experience more love. Every day, in every way, we experience greater freedom and joy. Spirit is so good in my life. Spirit is so good in each one of our lives. And I know that as we go forward from here, we are shining our light, we are sharing our light with others, and it is like a ripple effect. People are touched, moved, and inspired just by being near us. Because we are the light of the divine, and we know it, and we are not afraid to show it. We are not afraid to share it. Good and more good is ours. And so with great gratitude, I can release this prayer, knowing it is so, as I let it go into that creative and loving action of the law. I take my hands off of it, and I allow it to be. And so it is. Amen. Thank you.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Sai Maheshwara.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Sai Maheshwara.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Mata Pita Guru Sai.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Mata Pita Guru Sai.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Sai Maheshwara. Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Mata Pita Guru Sai
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Mata Pita Guru Sai
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Mata Pita Guru Sai
Brahma Guru Vishnu Mata Pita Guru Sai
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Mata Pita Guru Sai
Brahma Guru Vishnu Mata Pita Guru Sai
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Mata Pita Guru Sai
Brahma Guru Vishnu Mata Pita Guru Sai
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshwara
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva Shiva Om Shiva Hari Om Shiva 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 Hari Om
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshvara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Sai Maheshvara
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Mata Prita Guru Sai